Good evening, and welcome to Motivational Monday. I am your host, Jackie O. Yes, it's me, your girl, Jackie O. And happy Labor Day, guys. We are here. It is Labor Day, but hey, we are still rocking and rolling here for Motivational Monday. And so thank you so much for being here. And but hey, listen, I did this just last week. I should have known better. I had my Facebook pulled up. I was talking. Okay, so again, Lauren and I were just talking about bloopers. So, hey, this so I'm Jackie and this is Motivational Monday, and Motivational Monday is all about inspiring and motivating women, motivating you to action. It is a call to action. So we sit down and have candid conversations with women from all backgrounds, from all over the world. We have talked to about their businesses, balancing life, mental health, marriages, you name it, we talked about it. And so tonight we have the amazing, the beautiful, the phenomenal Lauren. Now, Lauren, let me make sure I say your last name. Calderon. Did I say that right?
Yes. And I will also say, whenever I got married, especially, I was having to practice that so many times because, it's easy to say Calderon or Calderon, but to say it correctly is Calderon.
Calderon. Okay, I probably still didn't say it correctly, but
Calderon is perfect, though. Calderon is perfect.
So we have Lauren here with us, and Lauren is going to be sharing with us about her entrepreneurial journey and her everything about Lauren and her business. And she's also going to be doing a live demonstration, y'all. This is going to be super yummy. So we've been posting ahead of time. So I hope y'all have y'all's items together and y'all are going to be working along with us. But I initially came to know of Lauren at a pop-up shop with Free to Friday ATX. So shout out to TK, Free to Friday ATX. And one of my daughters, she went over to get a macaroon. And she said, Mom, these are absolutely delicious. So I had to go over there, of course, because I love sweets, and get one and also get a mini Graze box. And when I tell you guys, it was phenomenal. It was just so cute. I had just never seen anything like that. And it was good and fresh and delicious. And I said, oh my gosh. And so I was getting ready to get married like a couple of months after that. And I said, you know what? I want to give these as gifts to my guests. And that's what we did. And Lauren provided them. And when I tell you they were a hit, they were a hit. We were around the pool that night. Everybody had their own little individual boxes. And it was just amazing. So Lauren, thank you again so much for accepting our invitation on tonight for Motivational Monday. And I'm going to let you take it away and tell us a little bit about you and your business.
Yeah, thank you so much for having me, Jackie. That was an amazing intro. I really appreciate it. I'm Lauren, as you said, and I'm the business owner. Finance department, social media marketing, delivery girl, basically, of my small business, Calderon Curations. And I offer charcuterie Graze boxes and boats and custom macarons. And these are really perfect for special events, special occasions. Maybe you just want to treat yourself. And I've been in business for just a little over 1 year. It was 1 year in August 25th of 2021 was my 1 year mark.
Okay. All right. Okay. And your family is a very big part of your business, correct?
Oh my God.
You were there at the table. You were, being a social butterfly when I went. And so they were there. I believe your mom, she was on it. She was like, okay, we have this. I'm like, okay, that's what I'm talking about.
Yes, absolutely. And I'm pretty sure my mom's joining us or signing in and watching us today. So shout out to my mom. But my whole family, like you said, my whole family has totally been such a huge support for me. Especially my husband, of course, who's here day to day and just like my rock and totally motivating me and just showing up so strong for me. But our families, like my in-laws and my parents and our sisters have just been amazing. Like I could not have done this truly without their backing. And what's kind of crazy too is like when I started this business, I don't think I foresaw the amount of support that I would be getting from my family, especially, but just friends and coworkers and other business owners. I think that was especially just so inspiring and motivational to me that I had the support. Like, what did I think I would do this alone? Like, absolutely not. Like, I needed that backing, and yeah, especially our family has been amazing. We've worked, I want to say 4 or 5 pop-ups, and I think that our table is especially recognizable because I've got like 5 family members. We're all in Calderon Curation t-shirts. Everyone's like ready to sell and excited about it, and we just have such a blast with it. So
wow. And that is amazing to have family support like that, and friends, as you were saying, your friends, your coworkers, your family, because it does make that journey a little bit easier to, when you're not there doing it by yourself and you have someone that's right along with you, right in the trenches. Because as you said, as a small business owner, when you first start, you are the every woman. Like that song, I'm Every Woman, is totally it. You are doing everything. I get it because, hey, I'm that woman. So, but I also know the importance of, as you stated, having friends and having family there right behind you and supporting you. So, Lauren, what was your why of you wanting to start this business?
Yeah, that is seriously, it's such an important question. And I think especially as a business owner, you have got to know the answer to that, because you're going to ask yourself variations of that question throughout the process. And especially in the beginning, you're going to ask yourself, why am I doing this again? Like, why am I putting myself through this again? Like, I haven't gotten any sleep. So tell me, why am I doing this? And I'll say to step back a little bit, for me in my situation is that I work a full-time job. So I'm done at 5 o'clock and I come straight to the kitchen and I'm baking, I'm prepping, I'm creating content on my social media until about midnight, 2 a.m. at times. I wake up at 7 a.m. and I do my workout, I go do my full-time job, and I'm doing it all over again. And by the 4th or 5th day in a row of doing that, I am in the kitchen at midnight asking myself, like, okay, tell me, why are you doing this again? Like, you could get some sleep right now if you didn't do this.
Yeah.
But for me, what's really important to me, why I'm doing this, is that it's so important to me to create something of my own. I feel like having this small business, it checks off a lot of different boxes for me.
Yeah.
I think one is my passion, my love of food and flavors and exploring, new flavors as a whole. My passion for baking, my passion for connecting with community, with people, with inspiring others and being inspired. And I truly feel and know, if I didn't do this, I wouldn't be who I am. I wouldn't be fulfilled. And so it's worth it to me to spend a lot of my time, a lot of my effort and energy into this, because it brings me a lot of joy.
Yeah. Yeah. And I like what you said about being up late at night, because I totally get it. But when you see the end product, and then you're just like, oh, wow, this, as you stated, it is so worth it. It is so worth it to see the smile on someone's face when they receive their product, of like, oh, this is so good. It's beautiful. It's yummy. I mean, just all the things that goes along with it. And so it does make it worth it when you, at the end, finish it. Yeah. We have Jennifer on the line. She says, hello, Jennifer Aldana. I hope I said your last name right. Thank you so much, Jennifer, for joining us, and welcome to Motivational Monday. So yeah, I totally understand what you're saying with that. And tell us a little bit how you're involved in community, because I know you said you are connected to, it's important that you be connected to community. So exactly how are you involved in your community? And
Yeah.
how important is community to you too?
Yeah. Well, when I think of community, I think of um, like-minded people or individuals within the same, experiencing the same situation, or banding together to progress in a certain area. And I think for me, the way I stay connected with my community, I have a variety of different communities as this small business has opened me up to. I've got my charcuterie community where I have group chats where we're supporting each other and talking about trends or motivation or whatever it may be. I have my baking and macaron community. And one especially that is very dear to my heart is our a small business, women-owned business, Latina-owned businesses within Austin, started by Bessie with Austin Latina bloggers. And we have a community, a tribe essentially of small business owners, small Latino businesses that really motivate each other, support each other, like, share, buy, purchase everything from each other, really hype each other up to elevate each other. And I think that that's especially important to me. And lastly, I think of community as connecting with my customers, like getting the opportunity to go to those pop-up shops. It is such a labor of love. Mm-hmm. It takes me, late nights, the week or two in advance to get prepared for, but the opportunity to connect with my customers in person and build those relationships and build that sense of connection is definitely important to me.
Yeah, I agree with that, because I think when you're able to be out, and that's a good thing about having a small business, is that you can be really personable with your community and with your customers, and you can get a chance to meet them and really hear them, hear their heart. And so I think that that's a really good thing when we, as small business owners, as you said, we're able to connect with the community and get out there and really be among them to see what's going on, see how we can help them and whatever that we can do. I think that that's a really important thing. And one of the things that you said earlier was that you work full time. I get it. Yeah. So with you working full time, is your business, are you looking to take it to where you'll do your business full time at some point?
That is an amazing question that I definitely think about very often. And it's difficult because my full-time job, I manage an inside sales team with Yeti coolers. And I love working with Yeti and I love my team. And I've been working there for about 5 years. So it definitely is very important to me. It's definitely connected to who I am as a person. And then I have Calderon Curations, which is just coming straight out of my heart. Basically, it's my baby that I'm just growing, from the ground up. And it's certainly still in infant stages. I would love to see it continue to grow. Could I see it being full-time at some point? I definitely can. And I think it's something that, I really have to be introspective with and really map out and plan out, because truly my full-time job is not just my 9 to 5, it's my career job, truly. So it's going to take a lot of planning and thought behind that.
Yeah, that is so true. And you'll have to have a plan, a strategy, and all of those great things to do your exit if you decide to do that. So that is so good to know. So Lauren, tonight you're going to be sharing with us. We're going to do a live demonstration.
Yeah.
And welcome to everyone that just hopped on. Let's see here. Good evening to Brenda Chandler. Thank you so much, Brenda, for hopping on tonight, and everyone else. And before we get finished off, I do need to give a shout out to our sponsor on tonight, which is Wild Heart Floral in Austin, Texas, Kaylee O'Bannon. Kaylee O'Bannon is an amazing florist in the Austin, Texas area. She is just amazing. Like, she did the flowers for my wedding. So, I'm a little biased, but hey, she is absolutely amazing. She does a phenomenal job. She is the sponsor for our show on tonight. So y'all check her out, wildheartfloral.com. That's actually the name of her business and her website and her Instagram. So now, Lauren, give us, girl, we're ready to eat. We're ready to eat. We're going to be munching on. So
yeah, I've got
some tricks and
my wines here. So today we're building out a boat. This is a Graze boat, and we do offer these in two sizes, regular size and a mini size, which is about half of this. These are really perfect for individual personal snacks that you might want to have at your events, parties, corporate events, whatever it may be. They definitely show up well. It's beautiful presentation. And we'll start off by building this out. So,
okay.
And also say that a good snack size, if you're trying to measure this out yourself, is about, I would say, half an ounce. Okay. Like in my boxes, I try to do about an ounce of each cheese or meat. But for the Graze boats, I would say about half of an ounce, just like a little, snack nibble for your guests.
Okay. So are we going to start putting this together now? Or are you just going to share some tricks? So you want me to start putting mine together now?
Oh, yeah. Up to you. If you're.
Okay. All right. Let me move my chair out of the way. Okay. So let me situate here. Okay. And I'm going to turn my camera on so you can see the bottom part. Okay. So here we go. I have my board here.
Nice. Perfect.
Right. Okay. So I'm ready.
Okay, so we'll take.
One second. Let me get my hand sanitizer. Okay,
oh yeah, that's probably
catching all on stuff just a minute ago. All right, so I am ready now.
Okay, perfect. So we have our manchego, and I don't know if you've already cut this or not, but if you haven't, just cutting it in triangles right down the side is a perfect way to cut this semi-hard cheese.
Okay. So I have not cut it yet, so I'm gonna cut it.
Yeah, and you'll want to cut the rinds off, not off the top, but on the sides if you're cutting off the triangles.
Okay. So I made mine pretty thin. I don't know if you can see it.
Oh yeah, I think that looks like
nice. This is brie.
Yeah.
So I'm doing the second pairing. So yeah, this is brie.
Okay, perfect. I was like, wait, what kind of manchego is that?
Yes.
Okay, well, no worries.
Turn this camera off because it's doing something. Okay, I'm ready.
Okay. Well, I'll go ahead and just plate the. Let's see. It's probably, I don't know if you can see it good here. So I like to cut manchego in triangles, and when I'm doing boats, I like to kind of like flare it up on the sides here, just because it adds a little bit of volume and depth. If you have a board, you could just stack it.
Okay.
One across the other. But yeah, so I'll just kind of flare it up on the sides. And because these are so delicate, like you'll see, you kind of have to, if you're doing a boat, you'll have to balance out the weight just a little bit. So I have my salami. It's a red wine garlic salami. And I love to put these on skewers too. I think if you're doing a small platter, it's all good if you just, you could just fold it in half, and just, plate it and make a little bit of a ribbon.
Like this.
Yeah, and then fold it in half one more time.
One more, kind of like
or,
that.
On the long side. So unfold that and then do the,
like that.
So just like one fold and then from the top to bottom, fold.
Gotcha.
There you go. And fold it in the middle right there, half.
In the middle.
Like that. There you go. And then that, if you, yeah, perfect. And when you do, you know, a number of these, you can make a bit of a river down your tray. But for individual portions like this, I'll do about 3 because that's about half an ounce.
Okay.
And then I'll lay it down here. We got that going for us. I got a couple of crackers here. Mm-hmm. And in my boxes too, I like to have a variety of crackers. I usually add rice crackers because I have a lot of gluten-free customers, but really rice crackers I just feel like are very light and crisp for charcuterie spreads in general.
Okay, perfect.
So good rice cracker.
I did like little pita crackers. So you think that pita crackers? Okay.
Yeah, definitely. Honestly, anything with a crunch. I should also mention that I feel like everyone loves meat and cheese and charcuterie, and I really don't think you could go too wrong with it. There's obviously ways to just elevate it and plate it a little more, you know, nice, but for the most part, I think people just love a good charcuterie spread. So, you know, don't overthink it. I think I would say to anybody building out their spread for some guests, like, you know, you could do a little research of what pairs well, but honestly, it's just about food and exploring, and it's all good.
Okay.
So I love to add some, you know, fresh nodes in here. I got some fresh seedless cucumbers. This is a little more expensive than your regular cucumbers in HEB, but I feel like they're a little crisper and they're seedless. Everybody loves a good seedless fruit or veggie.
Okay.
I saw your brie piece, and you can just cut that probably in half.
Okay.
Yeah, and kind of, you know,
because it's really soft and creamy and gooey.
Yeah.
And it's like,
yeah, yeah, I know. And you know, when you can stack those on top of each other. Like if you had 2 pieces, you could just stack one on top of the other. I think it's perfect. People are just going to kind of scoop it anyways and spread it. I just have, like I said, about half an ounce for this Graze boat that I'll put in here.
Okay.
So we've got like our main, you know, our cheese and meat on here, which I think that's what I like to try to do first when I'm creating any type of charcuterie spread, is just kind of get the foundations down first, the meats, the cheese, and then everything else to me is kind of like a garnish of like what goes where, what will look best in different places. I got my homemade macaron here, my cookie butter macaron that I always like to add in my large or regular size boats. So I'll add that in there. And then from here, it's just about placing, you know, some fresh fruit. So I got some grapes and just kind of filling in where you see some spots, you know, got some strawberries. And then we got a little bit of blueberries. You know, these are all just essentially garnishes. I got a dried apricot, just wherever you see like a good space. Turkish fig. And what I'm especially trying to do here is, you know, not just add a variety of cheese and meats and different grazings, but I'm also looking at colors and textures. So I wanted to add, you know, a pop of color with my strawberry.
Okay.
There's my dog. My strawberry or my raspberry, you know, the apricot here just gives it a little bit of a pop of color.
Oh yes, that is so cool. Okay. Got it. All right.
So I also have prosciutto, and it's our second to last. Oh, let me throw in a couple caramels in there. So the way that I like to use prosciutto, if you're familiar with prosciutto, it's typically a long, you know, rectangle. And when you try to pull it, it's very like flappy. It's difficult to like piece together. I like to cut my prosciutto in thirds, just down the middle. And so I'll take a piece of it and I'll just peel it off here. And it makes it a lot easier when you just kind of do like a diagonal sandwich, should I say, or like, just kind of do corner to corner. And then I twist it like that. It kind of makes it like a little bit of a petal.
Uh-huh.
And then this is the last thing I add in boxes on Graze boats is prosciutto, because I'm just piecing it where I think is a good, just filling in the blanks basically.
Okay.
So we'll add that in there, a few pieces here, maybe one more. And I think that this is a great way to serve prosciutto. If not in a ribbon like this, like in those thirds, because your guests are just going to want like a piece of this, and to put on their cracker, and they're not going to want to peel the whole prosciutto rectangle back. So there you have it. And then I will just take some Marcona almonds and kind of just top them off. Boop. So yeah, you got yourself a Graze boat.
All right, that looks amazing. Yeah, we got some comments. Hi, hello from Karina. I think it's Avana, Avani. Avani. She said hello, and then Avani also said so much respect for what you do, Lauren. So
thank you.
Thank you, ladies. Thank you, everybody, for joining in and seeing what Lauren has to do. All right, that looks really good. Really good. So, okay, now I'm going to show you mine. I did while you were talking. So I hope I did good, Lauren. Okay, hold on. Let me pull it up. I'll probably have to take a picture so you can see it better.
I don't know, but it looks delicious from here. It looks really good. I see the skewer.
Yeah, there you go.
Yes.
So
yeah, that looks great.
A little mini toast here.
Yes.
And then here's my figs right here.
Yeah.
So
that looks delicious.
We'll be eating this in a little bit.
Yeah. Yeah, you did a great job.
Thank you. All right, that was really good. So, oh yeah, I'm sorry. Okay, hold on. I'm missing some of the comments. Oh, okay, yeah, I'm not getting all the comments. Okay, let me see. Okay, let me look at another screen. I'm missing a lot of comments. Okay, so, oh, okay, here we go. Sorry, I'm missing some. Okay, so Brenda says, beautiful. How soon can you make the board? The day before. So how soon would you recommend doing the board?
So I would say I require at least 1 day's notice. It really, my site is set up for 1 day's notice for ordering. I can say I've worked with a lot less time and notice, but I think the best thing, honestly, for any small business though, is like, if you have something planned as a customer, you have your husband's birthday coming up, or your child's birthday coming up, something that the date is coming, something that will really help small businesses is just order in as much advance as possible. It's as much time to prepare is very much appreciated.
Yeah.
But I would say 1 to 2 days you can is minimum for me. And you can serve it. I highly recommend you serve it same day. If you're serving it next day, you can notate that on your order, and I'll just package it a little differently so it stays fresh.
Okay. And so if they're trying to make one at home, they would need to make it the same day for it to be fresh, or would you recommend the day before?
I definitely would say same day. Just make it same day, probably maybe an hour before your guests arrive. So it's like, the right temperatures, it's fresh. But what really goes bad is like the fruits, like the fresh cut fruits don't really last that long the next day. Right. So those especially, I think, you want to be mindful of.
Okay, perfect. Let's see what else. Any favorite local items that you include in your Graze boxes?
Yes, that's such a great question. And that's definitely something important to me, is to try to purchase local, and on any of my menus that I include, I definitely highlight the local items and where I get it from. So one is Fisher and Weiser. This is a whole lemon fig marmalade. They are local to Austin or to Texas. They're in Fredericksburg, and you can find this in HEB. Another one is Burleson's honey. They're local to Texas as well, and another item at HEB. I buy especially my manchego from Antonelli's, which is a local cheese shop here in Austin. I also, one cheese that is my all-time favorite that I include in pretty much all of my boxes is this very flavorful goat cheese. It's a fig and pepper goat cheese by Oat Goat Creamery. They're local in Texas, and they you can purchase them from Central Market as well. And then lastly, my center cookie that I add in every single one of my boxes. I started to purchase those from Sugar Coated ATX, and I'm currently working with Sweet Surprise Treats. So two local amazing bakers that work their butts off and make the signature cookie for my boxes. So
yes, and Sweet Surprise Treats, they are amazing too. I have used her. What did I use? I used her for my wedding. She made cookies for my wedding as well, and then some cookies another time. So yes, totally, they're amazing.
Yeah, she definitely does a great job, and she's making all of my cookies in my boxes currently. So she's killing it. I really appreciate her.
All right, let's see. The next question is, what is your most popular macaroon flavor and what is your favorite? So what's the most popular and your favorite?
Oh man, that's difficult. Honestly, I get a lot of requests of just, I have an option on my site that you can choose baker's choice. And a lot of my orders just go with baker's choice. So the option that I have then and there is usually what I'll make for them. And my customers really trust me with it, which I'm thankful for. I would say the one that has been especially a hit at pop-ups and is my favorite is cookie butter. It's the one I made in here. And so cookie butter is a spread that you can get at Trader Joe's, but I make a buttercream out of it. So I can I whip it and make it a little bit lighter and add some other special ingredients too. And it's definitely one of my favorites and a customer favorite too.
Oh my goodness, that sounds good. Oh yeah, somebody said woohoo and cookie butter. Like that sounds good. I love cookie butter too. So Lauren, as we are wrapping up, this has been so amazing.
Yeah.
Tell us, do you ship anything? Can anything be shipped?
No, I don't currently ship. It really is, it's also part of cottage food law of not being able to ship if you're baking out of your home, and with charcuterie as well. I haven't explored that. I haven't researched, how to ship cost and make sure it stays fresh. So perhaps in the future as I'm expanding, but currently you'll have to be in Austin, Texas.
Yes. We'll have to make a trip down there to to get something. Wow, well, this has been so amazing. It's been so amazing. We've made our board. So I hope you guys made a board along with us. But if not, y'all have some great tips that Lauren gave you, and she'll be giving her information so that you can get in contact with her. And maybe if you have some questions, I think you do workshops, Lauren. Are you getting ready to start to do workshops? So
yeah. I have done one workshop with the picnic crew, and that was by request. And I am certainly open to that. My customers really push me forward with their requests and their customizations, and they get me to do new things that I end up on my site. So I'm always open to doing a workshop. I think it makes for a perfect, girls' night or team outing or whatever it may be, where we're making charcuterie and drinking wine and just having a good time.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Yes. And do you travel when you do that, just in case somebody wants to know?
I am, Austin and surrounding area, I would say, Georgetown, Hutto, Buda, just kind of, out to Lakeway. I would say about a 40-mile radius around Austin is about where my business goes. But I would also add that I'm certainly open to opportunities. I'm open to options. And if anybody has ideas or, an event in mind, I'm happy to talk through it.
Okay, that sounds great. So as we're closing, Lauren, what would you like to, okay. Tell us something that you would like to leave with everyone about your business, what you have going on, just, something inspirational that you would like to leave with our audience.
Yeah, I'll start off with my business. The way that you can contact me or follow along on my journey really is on Instagram. I'm on there live, I wouldn't say live. I haven't done it. This is my first live, but I'm doing stories, posts on Calderon Curations. If you have any questions, you can email me orders@calderoncurations.com or my site's calderoncurations.com. And, I would say, anything motivational, inspirational. That's definitely, there's so much to unpack, I think, as a small business owner. But I would say truly, if you are looking to elevate yourself, and maybe that's a small business, maybe that's career-wise, maybe that's in a relationship, I would just say really prioritize what's important to you. Truly, it's difficult to balance all things at once, but when you know what's important to you and what is going to be most impactful for your goals that day, that week, that quarter, really prioritizing that and sticking with it. Nothing's going to be easy. It's truly not cliche when people tell you that. It's the truth. Nothing is going to be easy when you're trying to elevate yourself. So truly stick with it. Find yourself a tribe, a community, and lean on other people for your support, because you can't do this alone either. You definitely, you need your loved ones. So definitely lean on your community.
Absolutely. I love it. Lauren, again, thank you so, so much. I had a mocktail because Lauren has the wine, but I was going to make a mocktail. So I'm going to go ahead and make it, but I'll make it after the show and then I'll post it. So y'all just stay tuned because we're running out of little time. So I'll make it and show you how it turns out. Nice. But Lauren, again, thank you so much for being with us on today. It has been, or this evening, it has been such a treat to have you here. And thank you for everyone that is tuned in. We hope you guys followed along. And Lauren, she did give her information, and I'll also put it in the chat or in the caption, so that you can follow along with her. You can follow her. You can contact her if you're in the Austin area, so you can put an order in and get you some wonderful treats, Graze boxes and boats and everything. Yeah. So again, Lauren, thank you. And so guys, we will be back on next week, September the 13th. September the 13th, we'll be back with Xanthia Gordon. Xanthia Gordon, she is an amazing woman. She has served our country. She has been deployed several times. She is the mother of 4 children. And so she's going to be talking about her journey as being a mom and being a business owner herself and serving our country. So we're super excited to talk to Xanthia Gordon on next week for Motivational Monday at 7 p.m. Central Standard Time, live here on Facebook with the Jacquie O Project. Until then, we pray that you guys have an amazing week, and y'all stay blessed and be safe out there. Okay, we'll talk to y'all later. Bye.
Bye.